Natural occurrences may have caused animal extinctions of the past, but in more recent times, human activity has become the primary blame for wiping out numerous animal breeds. A staggering 869 species have gone extinct primarily due to human activity. Shockingly, however, roughly 60% of mammals, birds, fish, and reptiles have been made extinct only since 1970. But what are some of the most well-known animal species that have become officially extinct in the 20th and 21st centuries? Welcome back to Facts Fanatics. We are dedicated to bringing you the most shocking and downright unbelievable real-life incidents that stun the world. Today, we're taking a look at the top 10 most notable animal extinctions over the past 200 years, most stemming from direct human activity. These animals, some of which roamed the earth for centuries, are now gone forever. Let's get into it. Number 1. Western Black Rhinoceros. In 2011, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources proclaimed the extinction of the Western Black Rhinoceros. Once common in the African savannas south of the Sahara, rhino populations have declined exponentially in recent decades, mostly due to human poaching. The last known Western Black Rhinoceros was found in Cameroon in 2006. The black rhino ranged from 4.6 to 5.9 feet tall, measured 9.8 to 12.3 feet in length, and weighed between 1,800 and 3,100 pounds. The two horns on the animal ranged in length from 1.6 to 4.6 feet, and plants with leaves and branches were a staple in its diet. When temperatures were high throughout the day, the animal would sleep or wallow and forage for food in the morning and evening. Unfortunately, humans killed the last remaining black rhinos because they thought their horns could be used to treat illnesses, a fact that has now been widely debunked. Number 2. Baiji white dolphin. The Yangtze River was the sole habitat of the Baiji white dolphin, and these mammals had the potential to reach a length of 8 feet and weigh up to a quarter of a ton. Due to their small eyes and limited eyesight, they relied primarily on echolocation for basic skills such as navigating and hunting. After 20 million years along the Yangtze, their population began to plummet in the 1950s. The river's heavy presence of fishing, transportation, and hydroelectricity brought on as China industrialized profoundly affected the mammal's habitat. The last sighting of this species was in 2002. While not officially pronounced extinct yet, many ecologists believe that they have been wiped out of the earth and have been for over 10 years. Number 3. Tasmanian Tiger. The Tasmanian tiger was a large carnivorous marsupial that lived in native Australia, Tasmania, and New Guinea. While the name may suggest otherwise, the Tasmanian tiger was not actually related to tigers, but had the appearance of a medium to large dog with dark stripes that resembled those of a tiger. Human bounty hunting is the most likely explanation for its extinction. However, rapid human expansion into its native habitat, the introduction of dogs, and a myriad of diseases all likely played a role. Between 1910 and 1920, all remaining wild Tasmanian tigers were killed, and in 1936, the last tiger kept in captivity passed away in Hobart Zoo in Australia. Number 4. Passenger pigeon. The passenger pigeon, also known as the wild pigeon, was once widespread across North America. Unfortunately, however, it has been extinct since the early 20th century. When Europeans first arrived in North America, an estimated 3 to 5 billion passenger pigeons called the United States their home. Still, widespread deforestation caused by European settlement led to the loss of its habitat and a massive decline in the bird's population. In the 19th century, pigeon meat became commercialized as a low-cost food source for the working poor, which led to a staggering increase in pigeon hunting. By the year 1900, all wild passenger pigeons had vanished, and by 1914, the last captive specimen had also passed away. Number 5. Pinta Island Tortoise. The Pinta Island Tortoise was native to Pinta Island in Ecuador. Following the death of Lonesome George, the final surviving Pinta Island Tortoise, on June 24, 2012, the species was officially declared extinct. These tortoises were notoriously lazy, as roughly 16 hours of their day was spent sleeping. Its diet consisted mainly of cactus pads, greens, natural fruits, and grasses. In addition, the animal drank a lot of water, which it was able to store for later use. It is also estimated that the tortoise could go for nearly 6 months without eating or drinking anything. Goat immigration to the island is the main suspect in destroying the tortoise's food supply and natural habitat, leading to the ultimate demise of the species. Number 6. Formosan clouded leopard. The Neofelis nebula brachyura, more commonly known as the Formosan clouded leopard, was an endemic subspecies of the clouded leopard that could only be found on the South Asian island of Taiwan. After the Formosan black bear, it was believed that the Formosan clouded leopard was the second largest carnivorous mammal in Taiwan. The considerable logging activity in the natural habitat of clouded leopards forced the animals to relocate to the Tau and Jade Mountains, much less desirable habitats for the creatures. Unfortunately, as a result, in 2013, it was determined that the Formosan clouded leopard no longer existed. Number 7. Splendid poison frog. Up next, we have the Oophaga speciosa, often known as the splendid poison frog. This species has not been seen since early 1992 and was determined to be officially extinct in 2020. Deforestation and habitat degradation weakened and lowered population sizes in the humid lowland and highland forests, where it thrived. On top of that, researchers suspect that an outbreak of the chytrid fungus in 1996 in their home range of the Western Cordillera Central in Panama near Costa Rica led to the extinction. There is still a chance that living examples of these animals are held in captivity because they were once commonly kept as household pets, but sadly, there are no known specimens in any zoos or research collections as of 2023. Number 8. Pyrenean Ibex. The Pyrenean Ibex is one of two subspecies of the Spanish ibex that has been wiped from the face of the earth. It was declared extinct in 2000, although the official cause of its extinction remains up in the air. However, poaching, illnesses, and the inability to compete with other local species for food all likely had a hand in their destruction. The species was previously widespread throughout France and Spain, but at the turn of the 20th century, there were only about 100 left. When an ibex was successfully cloned in 2003 using skin cells stored in liquid nitrogen from the animal's ear, it became the first species to be declared unextinct. However, due to multiple lung abnormalities, the clone passed away just 7 minutes later. Although subsequent attempts to create another clone were unsuccessful, research into the DNA viability is still ongoing. Number 9. Pu'uli. Compared to other Hawaiian finches, the black-faced honeycreeper, or the pu'uli, unique to the Hawaiian islands of Maui, was a relatively quiet bird that hardly ever sang or called. Unfortunately, regardless of how often it would sing, it'll never sing again, as it was declared extinct in 2019. This bird was initially discovered in 1973 by college students working on the Hana Rainforest Project on Haleakala. It feasted on spiders, insects, beetles, butterfly larvae, and snails. Its population at the time was only thought to be around 200. One of the 3 known pu'ali found in 1998 died in captivity in 2004, and since then, searches for the other 2 have yielded no results. The main reason for the demise of the pu'uli are habitat loss, a rapid spread of disease-carrying mosquitoes, and multiple invasive species that prey on it and its preferred land snails. Number 10. Bramble K. melames. And last but not least, we have the Bramble K. melames, which the International Union for Conservation of Nature declared officially extinct in May 2015. The Australian government verified this decision 4 years later, in 2019. The last spot in the world where the tiny rodents lived, the tiny coral island Bramble Cay, was where they were last seen in 2009. There were none left to be identified when scientists visited the island in 2011. A second visit in 2014 turned up nothing. Even the tissue samples that biologists had previously collected seemed to have vanished. According to Queensland State Government, it was the first mammal extinction attributed to anthropogenic climate change, meaning that rising sea levels had officially claimed their first species victim. The loss of these interesting and unique animals is truly a shame. We can only hope that as the world continues to grow and develop, humans can find common-sense middle grounds to preserve the nature and animals that have inhabited this space much longer than we have. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please help us to continue providing similar stories by liking and subscribing to our channel. Until next time.